What up, fam? Look, we're getting there. We are getting to Friday. What's today? Today's Thursday. Today is Thursday. We're getting there. Look. So far, look, we started this week off Monday morning, and we're progressing towards Friday. I'm glad that everyone is still here. We're still doing good. Let's get it. Fam, look, man, this journey, this thing called life, I'm telling you, it has its moments where it just blows me away sometimes. And it's the smallest, cheapest, like least important things. So last night, just finished some lunch. I'm in between seeing people. But last night I couldn't sleep. Man. I just couldn't shut off my brain. I wasn't worried or stressed. I just couldn't shut it down. So, I tried to watch a little TV, got bored. So, started scrolling. One of those deals where, you're in the bed, all the lights are off, and, you got an earbud in, and you just scrolling because you can't sleep. I ran across some old school music. Oh, my God, y'all. Listen, where we're at right now, like with music and culture and just like the environment that we're in, it in no way, social media screwed us up. It in no way can compare with how things were in the 70s and the 80s, and it's pissing me off. Fam. So I'm scrolling, just randomly scrolling, and the shorts are popping up, and it was a short, it was like a prank short, where they do the pranks. Somebody's gonna get hurt with these pranks. They really need to stop. It was a prank, but in the background, they had Al Green playing. And I was like, man, I hadn't heard Al Green in a long time. And so from there, I said, let me see if I can find some old school live performances. And so I started scrolling and looking, and I went back and I found Al Green old school performances with the bell bottoms, with the afro. I had never heard Al Green really talk, like back in the day, talk. He did an interview talking about how, like, his dad was going to kick him out of the house for listening to, like, certain records. He was supposed to just be, like, a church guy, singing spiritual songs. And then he did a performance. And fam, the band was live. It wasn't this digitally mastered machines and equipment. The band was live. The backup singers were live. The audience was live. Like, it was, and when he sang, it had emotion in it. It had feeling. The performance this dude put on, just watching him, just the presence, just the dances and the emotions, and it was priceless. And so then I went from okay, well, let's check out some other greats of this time frame. The Bee Gees. All right, okay, look, I know I'm gonna catch some heat for this. Seriously, I know I'm gonna catch some heat. The Bee Gees. I had always heard of the Bee Gees, but I never really knew who the Bee Gees were or what they sung. So I said, let me just punch it in. So I punched it in, and again, I was absolutely blown away. Absolutely blown away. I know I'm tripping because of the Bee Gees, but this is the treats that life gives you when you look for things that have meaning and sustenance. The Bee Gees. I didn't know the high pitch, the vibrato between all three of them, how they were able to stay in like sync, and who wrote these songs with these melodies. And this was. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think this was probably the peak of our emotional creativity through music, through harmonics, whatever you want to call it. Staying Alive. I heard it 1,000 times, but I didn't know it was the Bee Gees. Staying Alive. How Deep Is Your Love? All of them. Fam, y'all, look, I'm 77. So, I didn't really realize anything until probably, mid 80s, 82, 83, before I could, and I'm just saying, Y'all had it made back in the day. I swear I wish I could go back to that time. I'm sure they had their problems in that time, but just the life, the energy, the realness, a lot of the words in Al Green songs and the Bee Gees, and I went back to a couple more, Fleetwood Mac. I went through, a couple more, but just the realness in their words. They didn't have to worry about being politically correct when they with the phrases they used in songs. They could just really sing what was coming from their heart and how they really felt about life. They didn't have to worry about all the no homos or you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just real and raw. And I probably watched a good hour. I'm talking like maybe 12:30 to 1:30 in the morning, like just watching my phone, scrolling, going through different songs. Back in the day. And man, I fell in love with it, y'all. I don't know. Well, the Bible says where we're headed. But from what I'm seeing right now, as far as the level of performances, the quality of people, I'm going to tell you, man, 70s, 80s, it was probably the peak. Because right now, the genres and the music, yeah, it's still good. It's still worth going to concerts. It's still entertaining. But it was nothing like back then. I love life, man. I love it. Look, I'm going to work when I got 3 minutes. I'm gonna be like, sorry, I'm late. I ain't got time. I was playing around on a YouTube video. I'm just gonna be like, oh, it's traffic or something. But I'm here. Hey, fam. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Even in the midst of all of this crazy-ish going on, we still have to find things to celebrate in life. And I'm going to tell you, this weekend, I will be bumping a whole lot of Al Green, the Bee Gees, Fleetwood Mac. I'm going to go back through a lot of the stuff back in the day. I know Mike's, you really can't say you're going to be jamming out to Mike, but the George Michaels, I'm going to go back and jam out this weekend, man, and just, I want to try to get back into that good feeling of like the 70s, mid-70s, mid-80s. And I want to sit in that funk that they had going, that funk, F-U-N-K, the funk that they had going on, the soul that they had going on. I want to tap into that. Y'all have a good one. Your boy just Josh. I know this one is off. Yes, the world is crumbling around us. Please prepare. Sugar, flour, basics, pantry. Make sure you're filled up. Make sure you have multiples of everything in the pantry. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.